Pretty hard to forget this moment from back in May when at a town hall in Iowa, someone spoke out about the enormous cuts to Medicaid that are laced into Trump's big ugly bill, which is now law, telling Republican Senator Joni Ernst that people are going to die. And she responded by saying this.
People are not, well, we all are going to die. So for heaven's sakes.
For heaven's sakes. Well, today, almost 3 months later, NBC News has confirmed that Senator Ernst plans to announce that she will not run for re-election next year, according to 3 people familiar with her decision. Hard to imagine why. But the news is making next year's Senate race in Iowa that much more competitive and interesting. I mean, there are at least 4 Democrats vying for the seat who hope to join other Democrats in Iowa who, as recently as this week, flipped seats in districts Trump won. Iowa State Senator Zach Wahls first gained public attention back in 2011 when he gave a passionate speech, you can see him there, about his 2 moms when he testified before the Iowa House against a bill that discriminated against same-sex couples. Wahls is now serving in the Iowa State Senate and running for U.S. Senate, and he joins me now. It's great to see you. What a day. But let me ask you first, I mean, when you saw the news today that Ernst is planning to drop out of the race, what was your first reaction?
Jen, it's good to see you, and it's great to be here. It certainly has been a day, and I'll tell you, when I saw the news, I wasn't surprised. Senator Ernst has obviously forgotten where she came from, has forgotten her constituents, and I think she saw the writing on the wall. There was new polling out this week that showed that we were leading Senator Ernst in the head-to-head matchup, and her favorabilities, I'm sure in part because of that quote, have fallen into very, very difficult territory for her. So, we're not surprised to see her running for the hills, and we're just getting started.
It's going to be a really interesting primary to watch. As a political animal myself, I'm excited to watch it. But there's a lot of people in the race, and you call yourself a new generation of Democrat. What do you mean by that? What should people understand about that?
Well, Jen, I think Iowans want a fighter, not a follower. I think Democrats want a fighter, not a follower. And Senator Ernst became a part of the problem that she said she would solve back in 2014 when she was running for the first time. I'm sure many of your viewers remember her famous ad about going to Washington to make them squeal. She talked about taking on the old boys club. But the truth is that under her time in Washington, D.C., Iowa has really seen a lot of very bad things happen. And the people here are ready for a change. To make that change happen, you need new leaders, people who are fighters. As you mentioned in the intro, I've been fighting for families like mine since I was only 19. And look, I haven't won every fight that I've been in, but I've never backed down from a fight just because I knew it was hard, unlike Joni Ernst.
So she's not running anymore. How do you think you got to get through a Democratic primary? How do you think you're different from the other candidates in the race? What differentiates you?
So I've had the opportunity to serve in the Iowa State Senate for 7 years. I'm in this interesting position of being both the youngest candidate in the race and also the most veteran legislator. I've made a reputation here in the state for being willing to stand up to leaders in both parties when I think that they're doing things that are wrong for my constituents or for Iowans across the state. And being able to say that you have a track record of taking on the establishment, that's something that I think Iowans are looking for, because a big part of what's happening right now is that the economy is not working for people. And we know that corruption in D.C. is a huge part of that problem. I've introduced legislation in the Iowa legislature to clean up corruption, to end stock trading, to implement common sense term limits. And I'll tell you, Jen, no matter whether we're in a big city or a small town, overturning Citizens United always gets a lot of applause.
So we don't know who is going to win the primary. We also don't know who's running on the Republican side. But Congresswoman Ashley Hinson has hinted at her interest in possibly doing this. I will note, even though she's not in the race yet, but she said last week, and she praised the big ugly bill, kind of a choice, I guess, to make. What are the central things, if she's the candidate or if people like her who are in Washington are the candidates you'd be running against? Is that a central issue? What are the central issues you'd talk about that you'd want to change things up if you were in the Senate?
Jen, the 2 biggest issues that we hear about, and we don't have just Democrats coming to our town halls that we're hosting across the state. We have independents and even Republicans coming out to our town hall meetings. The number one issue that folks are frustrated about and angry about is the economy. President Trump ran for the seat in 2024, saying that he would bring prices down. That hasn't happened. Whether it is the tariffs, the cuts in that bill the big budget bill that are going to end clean energy investments, which are a huge deal in Iowa. Recent reports that's actually going to raise utility bills in this state by hundreds of dollars per year for the average Iowa household. Cuts to Medicaid, cuts to food assistance. That's bad for farm incomes. It's bad for struggling families. So that's the biggest thing that we're hearing from people. And we all see it in our own lives, right? Whether it's at the grocery store or the doctor's office. I dropped my son Eli off at daycare. I was reminded that my daycare costs almost as much as my mortgage. So that's a huge concern that people have. I'd say the second thing is the corruption. People see the link between how broken the economy is and the fact that you have so many politicians. And I would very much put Ashley Hinson in that category, who are completely bought and paid for. They're not working for Iowans. They're working for their corporate and billionaire donors. And people are ready for someone who's willing to stand up to those folks and fight for what's right.
Zach Walls, thank you so much for joining me. Okay,
Thanks,
coming